Alright guys, so next day here. Here's our old oil pump that we pulled out. And I want to open it up and see just maybe if there's something caught in here, or maybe it's just old and weak. Okay, well, there's no obvious debris or chunks or anything in here. It all looks fine. So who knows, guys? Hopefully it's just a bad pump. Hopefully the motor doesn't have some other big alarming issue. See, as we fill the pickup, looks like we have good flow, no obstructions. Same thing going the other way. Alright guys, so just run the pickup through the Varsol tank here, and fluid runs through it nicely, so don't think there's any obstructions or anything that's caught in there. So I'll go back, I'm going to blow it out with compressed air, scrape this gasket off. Pickup tube is all cleaned, you know, got the old gasket off and the surface all cleaned up. So this guy should be good for production. Like I said, pulled the old pump apart here and there's no obvious defects or anything clogged in here, so I'm just going to assume that it's just old and worn out. So we'll leave those old parts over here. And here we have our brand new oil pump. So I got this prime delivery overnight. And everything looks good. This is a high volume. Look at that, even stamped USA. So nice little unit here, and comes with a brand new shaft, which is important. I don't remember offhand if the shafts that come with these high volumes are the hardened ones, but either way, it is a new shaft that'll be getting replaced and installed with the pump. And we got 2 new gaskets. Let's see, I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna tell you what is the easiest way to change your oil pump with leaving the motor in the car. Back underneath the car, made sure that the pump mounting surface that's right up in here is all nice and clean for the gasket, and just getting ready and organized here because the install is gonna be the exact reverse of the removal. So if you remember, I had to disconnect the pickup from the pump inside the pan. Just kind of wiggle the pan around, rotate it to this side, since the pickup kind of goes down this way and gets bolted up to one of those mains. So I'm going to go ahead, wrestle the pump in there, get the pickup in there, put the gasket in between the pump and the pickup, get that bolted up. And then from there we can go ahead and put our pump near the right position and then install the drive shaft for the pump. Now this one is really important, guys. It is right here. So the most important thing that you want to remember is that there is this little lock spring on here, or locking clip, I guess. So you want to make sure that that's going up, and we need to make sure that that goes right into the base of the distributor. And the reason for this guy is that when you're pulling the distributor out, the shaft isn't going to come up with the distributor and then the shaft ultimately come out of the bottom of the pump, because if that happens, then either the shaft is going to fall down. Most importantly, you're not going to be driving anything with the motor running, which means your pump's not working, you're not pumping oil. So I'm going to go ahead and get this connected. Couldn't be happier. Got all the pump, the pickup, everything is reinstalled, torqued down. Now it's just a matter of just going to clean everything up here. I'm just going to run a bead of gasket maker on the top of the pan here in the gasket. I'm just going to reuse this rubber gasket. It should be fine. That is why you spend the more money, in my opinion. So that's it. Going to clean all that surface up, get the pan bolted back on, and torque all those bolts down, and get this thing buttoned up, throw some oil in it. We'll pull out the distributor, and then we'll prime the pump, make sure that it's building pressure. I'm actually just going to run the tube as well to hook up my gauges, and fingers crossed, we got a solution to our low oil pressure problem. Moment of truth, gonna prime up the oil pump, see if we can build up some pressure. So running an electric impact gun, 1/2 inch reduced down to 3/8, and that's reduced down to 1/4 inch, and have a 1/4 inch socket on there, hex. So that will fit the drive shaft of the oil pump. And you want to go counterclockwise, which is the direction that the distributor and the motor turns. Okay, we can feel it building pressure. Moments of truth coming up. Hopefully the battery has enough juice. So I have no interior in the car, but we have our mechanical oil pressure gauge right there. And then we're building some pressure. Yeah, like 10 pounds, and it goes away with throttle. Well guys, that is seriously disappointing. Really wasn't hoping that this would be the result. There seems to be better oil pressure than there was with the pump that was in the motor. But it's definitely not building the type of pressure that it should. Does it start? Does it run? Does it drive? Yes, yes, yes. But that oil pressure going away underneath throttle leads me to believe that there's probably a bigger issue somewhere else. So I don't know. This is one of those moments. I'm not going to try and bullshit you guys or come up with any excuses. you know, there was weak pressure, changed the pump, checked everything else over. What more can you do? So that's it for now, guys. You guys have any ideas? Somebody might say bearings, somebody might say something else, but I have no idea. So it's going to be a lot of, I guess, other things for this car. Put it away for winter unless there's a quick fix or something else happens real fast. I guess the important lesson here is that we know that we can change the oil pump without pulling the motor out, without dropping the K-member, without even jacking up the motor. All we did was drop the steering rack, and that was it. We didn't undo motor mounts, we didn't have to undo tranny mounts, we didn't have to do exhaust collectors, just the main steering shaft that goes into the rack, and the two main rack bolts. Other than that, I don't know. I really don't know.